Hello and welcome back to Filmfaker's Commentary with your friends from Superliminal Films. I'm Dan.
I am Max.
I am J-Rod.
I
And
am Max.
hit yourself, Max. You're stuck in a loop again.
You talk first.
Crap.
I talk first.
Let me go get the new model.
Updated model Max. While we wait for the updated model of Max to return, shout out this week to YouTube commenter and follower of the Filmmakers Commentary series, Brady Hartsfield, who recommended that we do a scene from Blade Runner, and specifically this scene from Blade Runner, the final fight scene between Roy and Rick Deckard.
Why, Dan, are you saying that if people recommend scenes for us to do, that we'll do them?
Hey, new model Max is back, Max 2.0. And yes, if you recommend anything to us, really, say you're interested in a movie, you're interested in a particular scene from a movie, a series of scenes from a movie, any of that, we can get together and we'll record a Filmfaker's Commentary because you, our fans, are the reason we do all this in the first place, so it would be foolish of us to not take your recommendations and advice.
We are extremely suggestible.
That is absably correct, as I apparently am having difficulty saying this evening. Or actually, I had no difficulty saying it the
Thank you,
wrong way.
Scatman Dan.
You may want to invest in a new model of yourself as well.
Yeah, we may need Dan 4.0.
Go get yourself out of the Cylon bathtub.
Ugh. It's weird now. You're crossing universes.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna get myself out of that weird gestational bag that they use in Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, that's creepy.
Cut the bottom and just fall out onto the floor.
That's really bizarre.
It's starting to sound like the Matrix.
Don't get me started, because we have to do Blade Runner 2049 at some point.
Oh, yeah.
So
There are several scenes in that movie I want to do as Filmfakers, but for this, the original Blade Runner, we have, again, we're using the final cut of this movie, and we have it queued up to 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 9 seconds, which is right before Roy gets off the elevator looking for Deckard. I am pressing play now.
there he is.
There he is, stepping off the elevator.
So scary.
Oh yeah, Rutger Hauer did an amazing job. They did an amazing job of shooting this because it's dark, but you can still tell because he's wearing the same outfit he's wearing the whole movie.
Yeah, he's got that hair.
It's so good. It's so scary. The set design in this scene is unreal.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to wherever it is in Los Angeles that looks like this. This is old Hollywood right there.
Oh my god, it's so great.
Mm-hmm. And the ECUs in this movie are so good. Like, every scene that has deep emotional resonance has extreme close-ups. Or Pris.
It's great. I mean, you're supposed to use your close-ups for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And Ridley Scott does a really nice job here of using, like, when did I get a key performance? What am I trying to... I mean, you can just tell the story through when he's using the close-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also using it to... You don't know... Like, you know that Deckard left Pris, but you're still not sure where he is versus where that location is.
Mm-hmm.
So, like... And the fact that, he wants to kill Deckard, but he's going to take the time to spend, like, this last, few moments with Pris.
And find the absolutely most awkward way to push her tongue in. Oh, it's so big. That's, I think, one of the coolest things about any scenes like in JF's apartment or in this whole building are just everything's so fucking big.
Right, it's like we don't need that space anymore. Like, all this is like, kind of a bygone era of like human waste.
Yep.
Like, just this life of excess isn't what we're all about anymore.
No, at this
despite the fact that Tyrell Corporation is fucking enormous.
2019 Los Angelenos are stacked on top of one another, but there's still these enormous empty spaces. Oh, yep, makes me jump every time.
Yep. It's great. And the fact it's like right here he could just about disable Deckard.
Yep. Yeah, he could end it, but instead he just gets a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, he wants to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll get to in a bit, but it's just...
I love the way they cut back and forth between them on the opposite sides of the wall, too.
No redemption for Leon.
Nah, nobody cares about Leon.
He was kind of a dick.
Leon was a bit crazy.
That's one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
The retiring of Leon.
Oh, it's great.
It is. I also love that they refer to it as retiring. Just shoot him. Shoot him through the wall again. I know you're crap shot with your left hand, but still.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, he is complete in like now self-preservation mode.
Yep.
It's no longer about killing Roy.
It's
It's
about
about
fleeing, getting as far away from
Yeah.
Roy as possible.
Yep. It's just unabashed terror now.
Mm-hmm. So I have a theory about why we see Roy the way we see Roy in the next sequence.
Okay.
I think it is to get Pris's blood off of him. He takes off his coat and his gear to not have Pris's blood on him.
Interesting.
Because you can see he cleans his face off too.
Mm-hmm.
So by the next scene we see Roy, I think that's the point, is he doesn't want to be tainted by Pris's blood anymore, or reminded of her.
Well, that and just there's a point he resigns himself to. He's not killing Deckard, right?
And he's going to die.
He's malfunctioning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point is part of him knowing like all this pain.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of all of this? I'm not going to survive it, so I have to at least impart this all on someone else so they understand the replicant's experience.
Meanwhile, we're having this conversation about the deeper meanings of Roy Batty and these amazing shots. Like, just, I can't talk enough about the cinematography in this movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like we're cutting from, like, you know what I mean, one man, being a human and trying to deal with this, trying to survive, versus one man who's now resigned himself to this, but all told in close-ups, he's resigned himself to the fact that he's not going to live past this.
Mm-hmm.
Whether he kills Deckard or not, that's not the point. He's not surviving this encounter. Yeah. And to be that, and to just choose to impart the replicant experience onto Deckard is a very strong message to convey. Mm-hmm. But he has to do it first, and now the game's changed, right? His purpose is reborn. Now he's like close to naked.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it too. Yeah.
Right. Like if this movie weren't made in what, 81, 82,
mm-hmm.
and this movie were made in 76, 77, he'd probably be full on naked.
Dong flapping.
Yep.
And it's so manic now. Like the camera's cutting, it's weird angles, it's fast, everything is just manic, and as Roy becomes further and further unhinged, everything speeds up and becomes more manic, and you see like the shots make less sense.
Right. This scene's trying, it's a duality, right? We're striking a duality between understanding these two characters. That's the whole point of the scene. And from whenever it's, we're looking at Deckard's experience, things are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Deckard's shots are all just, they cut around a lot. He's always anguished. You know what I mean? Now he's anguished, but for a totally different reason, right? Yeah. Like now Roy is like, oh my God, I have to finish this. I have to do what I set out to do now. It can't end like this.
And they just have the scene where they're kind of cutting back and forth. They're like, both of our right hands are not doing what they're supposed to do, so I need to do something somewhat drastic to make them work the way I want them to.
Right. Yeah, it's really nice. It's like, it's the human experience versus the replicant experience. Or is it?
Just needing to stab his hand so that it will cease malfunctioning, at least for a little. Hello!
Yep. Then we have the whack-a-mole experience.
So good. He just, like, crazy is a difficult thing to play in a movie. It really is. And
it's a crazy, it's like when you're playing with a small child and you're like trying to scare them and they think you're a monster,
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just letting him do that. He doesn't have to let him hit him with a pipe.
Yep.
He's trying to instill him with fear.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the point.
He wants him to know. Door.
Yeah, like you are owned. Like you cannot win this fight.
Yeah, you lose right here. I win.
Yeah.
If I wanted you to, you would be dead.
Yeah, it's amazing. And he does such a good job of playing like that, seemingly unhinged, but in reality, this is probably one of the, outside of when he goes to Tyrell, right? Because he's convinced that if he gets to Tyrell, Tyrell will have like, some kind of failsafe.
So can we talk about that matte painting that also has the digital movement of the advertisement and the car moving? Absolutely gorgeous matte paintings in this film.
Optical. My good man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No digital yet.
Yeah, good point.
but the optical, yeah, which is just essentially you're putting layers on top of layers on top of layers and fiddling them to make them work.
Like rotoscoping.
Oh, it's unbelievable, yeah. Yeah, rotoscoping to the most difficult degree.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like what they
Where are
did.
you going?
Like what they did with rotoscoping in The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Rotoscoping to the most difficult degree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's just look at it. It's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And it's more so beautiful because the scene has more depth. If they did that now, that whole thing would have been a green screen set.
Yep.
Like maybe you'd see this much and the rest would be a green screen set. But I fully believe that he's climbing up the side of a building several stories up, not on a set. Also,
oh, yeah, there's danger, there's tension.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful piece of acting work by Harrison Ford on the fingers there. Like not utilizing two of the fingers in his hand. I can't imagine how many takes that probably took.
He does a nice job. I mean, through this whole movie, despite the fact, he didn't get along too well with Ridley and he wasn't too thrilled to be on this film, he really puts pretty good effort into most of it. Once in a while, it's like times like, yeah, he seems a little like distant, but is there a reason for that?
Yeah.
But I mean, he really does do a nice turn, especially in this scene. My God.
Yeah, he sells the abject terror very, very, very well.
It's crazy.
Roy taking the easy way.
Yeah.
Finding the staircase.
I'll take the stairs.
And just like, God, I cannot get over the matte paintings. It's just so beautiful.
Oh yeah, everywhere you look on the screen is just a visual, like absolute, like rich visuals. It's really impressive.
Yeah, the attention to detail is just so well thought out.
Nope, not getting away that way. Roy came through the ceiling.
I'm gonna go back the way I came. Wait, that's dumb too.
Nope.
This works for Jackie Chan, right?
Oh God.
Jackie Chan. I just realized I'm not Jackie Chan.
Once again, he sells the abject fear, right? Like,
oh yeah,
potentially falling to my death if I don't make this jump, better than being on the rooftop with this replicant.
Yeah, the physicality he puts into this is really, really impressive.
It's almost like a pantomime.
And there's the giant fans that are, in fact, the actual blade runners.
There are running blades.
Yeah, damn it, that's what I was going to say. They are the running blades. They make the light work so good in this movie, though.
Oh, the smoke and the constantly changing light sources.
Yeah, it adds to the kind of hectic nature of the scenes.
And then Roy proving once and for all he is the better of the two of them.
To be fair, I don't think he would have made that jump if he wasn't holding a bird. It helped him get there, I think.
Oh,
that's right.
Is it like when Pokemon use fly?
Yeah, exactly.
Pidgey used fly.
Pidgey used fly. It was super effective. Oh, talking about close-ups again.
It's frightening. His piercing eyes in the scene.
Mm. You have the ECU there, and then the close on Deckard as well. They're both just selling emotion by just being there. Like,
yep.
And again, Harrison only using the two fingers on the right hand.
Yep. And we always get closer on Howard and always get farther on Deckard to sell what's going to happen.
Yep. I mean, for many years, for the first time I saw this movie, and then the first time I saw it after a while, I thought he was going to go down there. But nope, he gets one-armed up off of the side of the building.
This movie is unfathomably good.
It is, and it's unfathomably beautifully shot, and even despite Harrison Ford's patchy sometimes performance, wonderfully beautifully shot. And I mean, look at this. He is selling
boxer briefs.
And he's selling the thought that he is going to die.
Yeah, and if you guys get a chance, you haven't seen this before, you have to watch what comes next.
Yeah.
We're not gonna.
No, but check out the rest of the sequence. There's a wonderful monologue from Rutger Hauer that I personally believe belongs in the pantheon of great filmic monologues.
Oh, it's tremendous. And partially ad-libbed in the rehearsal.
Yeah, which is just truly wonderful. Shout out once again to Brady Hartsfield, our YouTube fan and follower, who commented on one of our previous videos. I believe it was for the Africa Screams Filmfakers commentary that you two did.
Yep.
and asked us if we had done Blade Runner, and if not, if we would do Blade Runner. And so here we are. Brady, this one's for you, and also because we like the movie, and for all of our fans. So if you're not following us, if you're not following the channel, please follow the channel. Check out all the other stuff that we do here on YouTube, and
Gotta subscribe.
Gotta subscribe. Sorry, not
ring
just
that bell.
Ring that bell, subscribe, do the whole thing with the notifications so you see when our new videos go live. We do one video a week minimum for you folks. We also produce a pair of podcasts, one starring me and Max called Did You See, and one starring me and Jared called To Infinity War, which is a Marvel Cinematic Universe rewatch podcast. All that and more is available at superliminalfilms.com. We're also on all the social media places as Superliminal Films. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.